One in and. So we
One, two, three, four.
Turn right, then turn left.
To staan, wasn't it? Oh, here it is. It's the auto paper.
Turn left, then turn right. Turn right, then your destination will be on the right.
All right. Lots of parking
Your
space.
destination is on the right.
Huf Puf Palace. This is what you'll get when you arrive here. And come, let's take you guys for a little walk through the place. As you can see, if you just step back a little bit.
Can we quickly show them the side of the building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you step back a bit, they're not hiding. They are out and open. Everybody knows.
Look at this
All
big.
friendly. The artwork is also absolutely amazing. So yeah, man, this is definitely also another highlight. It's almost as if every stop we do is a highlight.
A highlight.
They just get better and better.
So we just want to add there, this club is still an emerging club. They still in the process of opening
Yes.
up, yeah?
At this point in time, they sell all sorts of growing equipment and smoking utensils, that kind of thing. But they do have plans for within the next month or so, they're going to be opening up a actual social cannabis club. Where you can become a member and you can step inside, you can have your smoke, you can do your thing, and you can also be part of the sharing station once again. So yeah, this is something very exciting to look forward to for the next month. They're literally opening in the next month. So if you are close to the Strand area or the Cape Town area, find out exactly when this is happening, and man, come and support these guys because they're really doing beautiful work. Yeah.
Beautiful, yeah.
So here you can start seeing the beginning of all the goodies and things. Anything
Okay.
cannabis related you can find here. You know? So,
Here's some, look at these beautiful bongs. We'll show you this. Some little dab rigs. Oh, those are still all bongs, skis. Focus, oh, grinders, pipes. Ah, blowtorches, daar's hulle nou vir die dabbers.
the dab guys. There you
What's
go.
this at the bottom here?
You can come get yourself a nice blinging blowtorch, you know.
Blowtorch is a golden torch, a black torch. Okay. Oh, sorry. No worries, no worries.
Dude, how are you?
Yeah, we've got
You've
some.
got a whole range of edibles.
I think they just cartoon cookie hedgehog. They could be. Yeah, I think.
That biscuit was good, eh? I like it. Tell me if it's infused. It's infused stuff, all of it. Oh, okay, cool. So these are the edibles, eh? These are a full range of infused products. Anything from gummies to suckers. You got your brownies and sweet things here. So, good.
Yeah, that's beautiful. There's at least a selection. I know edibles is a big thing at the moment for people. Ah, here's some memorabilia over here. to show them some of the memories.
Sorry guys, we're holding you guys up.
Oh, you guys wanna go? Yeah, this is sorry man. Okay.
Yeah, we can go on up.
Ja, kom maar pause vir jou. Okay. Okay, so we're heading through to the private members area here.
Yeah. Andrew didn't specify if this will be the main entrance. I think that they're just taking us through here. They're going to be opening up from the front.
Okay, all right.
This won't probably be part of it.
But once again, some succulents. Net so vinnig.
It's a trademark.
Ja, oh,
Cannabis
look.
Club. You gotta have your succulent garden.
Okay. Ah.
Okay, so from here it starts the preview. This is still off limits area at the moment, but yeah.
Work in progress.
Work in progress.
Lekker little couches there. Beautiful murals.
Let's take a moment to appreciate the level of the artwork in this place, because I mean you can just tell, just the detail.
Shoo. So take a lekker drag on your spliffy there and look at the artwork. Yeah, that's
And that's
beautiful.
how algebra was discovered.
That's all. You can play a nice game of pool here. I suppose that's where the bud bar will be.
This will all be smoking area.
So yeah, for the people in Strand, this is like a work in development. Oh, nice chill space. Aircon, fresh open air. Looks like a dab press, this, eh?
Dab presses. Definitely a dab press.
Go back to the inside just now. Yeah, this is the, seems like the member area, so still work in progress. Got some beautiful artwork on the walls already. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, you know, it's a lovely space, and once again, these guys they're not waiting around, you know, they're making it happen, they're pushing the bill, and, you know, taking a bit of the responsibility on ourselves. It's nice to always say, yeah, legislation is wrong, or this is wrong, and that's wrong, but, you know, forget about all that stuff. Just go out there, get it done, get it moving, and this is exactly what we're seeing taking place here, you know. Hopefully we can start seeing this happen all over South Africa in abundance.
Daar's nog 10 views. 10 subscribers bedoel ek. Ah, look at this.
Okay, how's it guys? Welcome to another episode. We're sitting here at Strand in Cape Town, sitting with Andrew and Ashley. And guys, just thank you very much for letting us in here at the Huf Puf Palace. Thank you. And yeah, we do appreciate it a lot. It means a lot. It goes a long way. Awesome, awesome. And can I just ask you just to explain a little bit more about your past with cannabis and how you got to this stage?
Well, I started smoking cannabis when I was in high school.
Yeah.
After a while, when I started after high school, I started experimenting with planting my own seeds and just doing my own thing, and I found love with it. I love doing cannabis great myself. It's a good experience, and I just love sharing with other people.
Yes,
so
yes.
bring it out to give it to everyone. That's the way to go.
Make it more readily available.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's time to start building industry on this. Slowly unlocking the plant.
Exactly.
And how did Huf Puf Palace come to be?
I actually worked for a tobacco store when we moved down to Cape Town. Working with them, I realized that there was opportunity to move into the more familiar highway.
Yes.
Because they didn't know a lot about the things, and we started our own little shop here.
All sorts of growing equipment, smoking utensils,
from smoking to growing, and a little bit of t-shirts and everything in between. So
outdoor to indoor.
yeah, from outdoor to indoor.
You have some exciting future plans of you guys wanting to transform this into like a private club as well for future?
Yes, we are busy doing that now. We are busy with the legal paperwork and everything so we can provide a safe space for people to go sit and smoke and enjoy the herb together in a safe environment where they can, everybody, or where they can come together and have a good time.
Yeah. We don't have to be in the gutters anymore.
In the trenches, selling stop on the side.
Go hide outside. No, it's very needed to break the stigma that people can see that there are safe, controlled environments to do that job.
And if I may ask your relationship with Ashley, I see Ashley joined us on set today. He's an old friend of mine, I know him from Wilderness. Everyone that sees Ashley's face will know.
Ashley's also a legend.
Hey, how's it everybody?
Met him the first day. Well, I was still opening the shop. I was still doing the renovations and painting and everything. And he walked into the store and we just became friends. And he has the band called Stash Band, and we kind of just watch it on Facebook together. Everything that he tags, I tag, he tagged, and we just
Family
started
or
growing.
Yes.
Family.
Yeah, the family and the networking.
Yeah, no, I mean, I lived right across the street here, and I mean, for me, it was quite cool to check the shop open. You know, it was. I mean, I came off tour still. I came off tour, and came home, and I stood on the dock. Yes. Huf Puf Palace is Huf's branding. Sorry, can I say that?
Yeah.
That's Huf's branding, and I was like, wait a minute, I must go check this because this bra's got balls, bro. So it's like Strand, you know, like this bra's like, you know, to hell with it. So I came down, I must go check the shop out. And I mean, I think that's a lot of first-time customers that come in here. It's a thing of here's the shop, you know what I mean, and it's bright. Dude, you can't miss it, you know?
Yeah, there's lights, signage and everything.
And I came in and he was still busy knocking and building and stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, let me check this, Brian. I bought a dab ring, even now I have to ring it up yet. I think I paid you like 2 weeks after. And we just became bros, and I mean, started smoking together. And yeah, we've just been good since then.
Well, it's good for Huf Puf Palace.
Seeing the place grow from open to now starting a membership club.
Yeah, because we were looking for clubs in the area, and I checked this place, Huf Puf Palace, and I said, hey, there's my bra Ashley. And immediately I'm like, hey, this place got something, there must be something happening there, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, we took the drive out here.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, man. Like to check you out.
Yeah, it's lucky to be here with you. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you guys.
Yeah.
And how do you think that cannabis has, in 2018, they gave us that lovely Concord release where they opened it up for private
So you can grow and cultivate and
Yes.
use our own things in our own private spaces. It was a blessing in disguise.
Blessing.
I know a lot of people started growing as well. A lot of them failed. And that's why the membership thing is also a good support system for them, because not everybody knows how to grow and doesn't have the place to grow either.
Thank you.
So that is a very good thing, and now that it's been industrialized, we can only move forward.
Yeah, we can only move forward from here and build on it.
Exactly.
Now's the time to figure out all the foundations.
So, what's your guys' thoughts on the current state of legislation? Do you think there's space for us to improve, or
Well, there's a lot of places where they still can improve, I think, personally. Especially with the law. The law needs to be educated about this as well, because most of them still see it as a drug, and they do not always participate in what has been said now. So there's definitely some improvement that have to be done. But we can only move forward, like you said. If we can start building big plantations of them, we can start exporting high quality THC, CBD. It's a big investment.
educate communities on cannabis, you know, the holistic benefits?
Yes.
I think it was just a thing of stigma too. I think it was very important that it came from government, you know?
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you think about it, if you go into a little bit of I don't want to say the history, because I know there's going to be some cannabis buffs out there who's going to tell me they know nothing about the history. But if we go into the cannabis history of South Africa, if you go into the Transkei, right, you check they've been growing fields and fields of ganja there for years and years.
Generations.
For generations. I lived in the Transkei, you know, so I've checked mamas there, almost in their 80s. I remember days where you could buy a 5 liter, you know, for 300 rand.
Yeah.
You know, poured ganja, you know, for $800, you believe they were the 5 liter, those mamas there. But now, if you think when things started getting a bit more spread, you know, you got the, let's call it what it is, the white people going in Transkei, they saw there's a lot of ganja, the cops started harassing those monks. You understand what I mean? So the stigma behind the whole ganja thing coming from the top level is great. You understand what I mean? Just on that whole thing of, because I mean, if you see now, you see older and older people coming into the store. You understand what I mean? Because it's okay now. You know, the old Ingrid toppies and stuff. You know your face and stuff. You know, the old Ingrid toppies they're putting in now because it's okay from top, that they don't feel as if it's a criminal thing anymore. I think that's the important.
That's the important thing, to normalize it.
To normalize it, and you know.
Yeah, then it's also the same. It's snarky. It's
Dis nie te sê kinders moet daghou nie, but it's also just to say.
Adding on top of that, now, how do you think we can get the rural communities more involved? Because at the moment we see a lot of like clubs. It costs a lot to have like an export facility and a lot of white-owned clubs and so on. How do you think we can get people from the rural communities more involved and more included in this whole?
To be honest, I think you need to go into the rural communities club, because, like I just said, now they've been growing for eons, bro. And I know that the growing methods are obviously different. You know, growing indoor cultivated and then growing outdoor big. I mean, you've seen the documentaries, you know, how they grow big landfills and stuff. But I think there's definitely something that can be learned from both sides. So, if going into the rural community is going to educate first of all on indoor cultivation and letting them educate on outdoor cultivation. So I think that's where the important parts in the coming is to bridge these two. You know what I mean? And I know there's a lot of guys that's working in especially like places like Port St. John's and Coffee Bay and Dooley and a lot of white brothers that's gone from the city to go and grow there. And you check those ganja, I was like, it's something else.
It's good. It's
because they are using, it's the education from both sides.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? It's not just about the city growers going there and getting the rural people involved. Let the rural people get involved in the city people.
Hey,
You understand what I mean? And then you're going to see what kind of ganja you can properly grow. Because believe me, they know how to grow.
They know how to
We've
grow.
seen what's
You know, because let's face it, ganja is a classist thing as well.
Yes.
We were just laughing about it now, about going to some places in Joburg and paying a ridiculous amount for ganja, but then you can buy the same ganja here in Cape Town, and you're not going to pay the same amount of money just because of the people smoking or using it.
What crowd?
What crowd you eat. That's what ganja's become. It has become such sort of. So I think it's a matter of learning from both sides and growing together and seeing what great ganja can come out of it. I mean, you check the cats from Europe are coming to South Africa to come and get land races here to go and grow in Europe. Why do you think they want to do that?
Because the land
you understand? Because Africa's got something special within their ganja that even the Europeans want.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember going to Amsterdam the first time in 2008, 2009 and smoking Durban poison in a coffee shop in a time when you couldn't even get it here.
Yeah, so it's progressed a lot.
It's almost like it's disappeared completely and now it's making a comeback. It's world famous.
Yeah, so I think the rural areas, everybody must just
Cross-pollinate them.
not cross-pollinate, but go grow there.
Grow there.
They bring from their own to come and grow here.
Yes.
You know, because the growing methods are different. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've still got a lot to learn.
I think so. I think from both sides.
From both sides. It's going to have to be a collective effort. You know, everyone has to play their role in this picture. So just a different type of question. If you guys had to choose one thing, which is like the most important thing that you've taken from your use of cannabis, what would you guys say that is?
Bringing people together.
Bringing people together.
Yeah. One culture, one love, one nation.
Yes.
No discrimination. Whenever there's weed, there's peace, and that is truth. They should take some weed across the world and we'll be happy and we'll be just chill vibes, not directly to anything that's going on in the world. But we bring people together, we make people happy. Also, it's got a very good medicinal factor to it. So.
And from your side, Ashley?
Yeah, I've been smoking ganja a long time. I have to think about this one. Ganja for me has always been a thing. We always used to have this joke, myself and a good friend of mine, Nathan, is Jeffrey. We used to say, "There's one thing in your life, so lekker soos ganja." You understand? And you can think about it any way you want. You understand what I mean? And that's what ganja has just been for me all the years. It's been that thing of just it's a scented thing. You know, it's the same as any other natural mind-altering thing you find around the world. Let's call it mushrooms or whatever. It's a sacred thing. You know, ganja too. You know, it's lekker to use ganja recreationally, but there's a limit to ganja. And ganja is the type of thing that will humble you quickly.
Yeah.
You know, that's I think the thing that I take out of it the most. If you drunk and you smoke a couple joints, you're gonna have greenies like you never would. And with anything, you can take whatever substance you want. Smoke a joint is gonna bring you down. And that's what ganja does. You know, it's a very humbling thing. It's a thing that actually grounds you thick.
Yeah, yourself, the way yourself.
And it's a social thing too. It's like Andrew said, it brought us together. Ganja is a social thing, whether you like it or not. If you think the cuckest thing is to smoke a joint in your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If I may, another question here is like, for the future of South Africa, do you think this whole emerging cannabis market can aid in the South African economy?
Definitely.
Kind of a rhetorical question.
Exports, export is good money. We have good ganja, people on it, if we can export it, we can make money.
Yeah, exactly, man.
We're sitting in a golden pocket where we have the natural environment to do it very cost effectively when you compare it to places that freeze over or something like that.
Got the people with the knowledge.
The people that's got generations of grow experience, and then we're also sitting with the poor rand.
Yeah, exactly.
Which makes it cheap for them.
I don't know, you guys checked a couple of months ago, Ibn Janssen, he used to be a TV anchor, used to be a news anchor.
Right?
But he's also a heavy activist now for ganja. I'm not quite sure, sorry, but I'm not quite sure what your party's called. But just before the elections, every day he was online on his Instagram living about how he's working through Green Gold. That's a Green Gold.
Okay.
And he was walking through these fields or indoor operations, but it's lame, big. So now I was also thinking, like, dude, that alone should be the finance that's going to finance your party. You understand what I mean? I sent you a message to ask how I can get involved, message me back. But that to me just says there is a future in it, you know? It always starts with the politicians, man. You know, it's a caucus way to think about it, it's the worst way to say it, but if the politicians find it through, it's okay, we can move on with it. So we can see, I think in South Africa, we're probably one of the only countries in the world that has a ganja party.
Yes.
You know, I speak under correction. But I mean, for in a country like South Africa to have a party for Dacha, I mean, we've had it back in the day, the Dacha party, Jules, they just so bra from the Dacha couple, those I was at fought already for years, but now they can put it openly on the ballot.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So I think financially there could be a big future for South Africa with it. If it's taxed correctly and if it goes through the right channels, which is very important. Remember, we are still in South Africa. You understand what I mean? Because others have an agenda forever.
Yeah.
We know this already. We've seen it. You understand? So if the people that are in charge will govern it correctly, there's big money to be made in South Africa with ganja. Purely again, let's go back to that fact is we've got the right weather, we've got the experience, we can export, import wherever we need to around the world. We've got it all. We tick all the boxes, so why not? You understand? If a place like the USA, which snows over most of the time, can grow some of the best crop, if Europe can become the cannabis capital of the world, they can't even grow cannabis outside for most of the year. Why is it that South Africa cannot become, you know, why can't we have an African cannabis cup?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm type of thing? And that will bring in what? First of all, tourism. You know? Secondly of all, there's going to be jobs that's going to be created. You know? So, I mean, the list goes in. The boxes are ticked.
Yeah.
It's just time now for us to actually, or for the guys up top there to actually make it happen so that it can
Ashley's creating a whole fucking introduction for our website. So that leads to another question, Ashley, is following on that, for the future generations, our future Brachi, our future Ashley and Andrew are sitting in 10 years' time that's going to watch this video now. If you could give him like a piece of advice from your journey so far with cannabis and what it is.
Yes, I would say be brave. Step forward, get out there, do it. Don't be scared. Don't let the thought of something hold you back from becoming what you want to be.
So follow your gut.
Follow your gut, just go for it.
There's a lot of naysayers.
Yeah.
You gotta just push through.
You just gotta push through.
Yeah.
We're gonna get bumpy roads, we're gonna go over hills, we're gonna go over downhills, but we're gonna get there. So
Yes.
Just keep on going on.
Keep on pushing through.
Have dreams.
Amazing.
En jy wyse man?
Wyse man. I'd say you are lucky because the path's been paved. 10 years down the line, you are lucky. No, I don't know. This is actually a weird question. This is something they always ask us artists, what advice do you have? I just would say take your time. You know? Like, we started smoking ganja because we were naughty. You know what I mean? And it's weird because it goes two ways. Either you're gonna go the way of, okay, fine, ganja's gonna be a thing, like, it grounds you, it's out, you know, the good side of it, but obviously there's also a bad side of it, you know, you take it the other way, so take your time. If ganja's for you, it's for you. I mean, we're in such a place now with cannabis that smoking is not the only way. You understand what I mean? It's different ways, and we see it now with the youngsters as well. You get youngsters that come here, they just buy edibles. You understand what I mean? Then you get people that they don't want to, like I don't touch edibles. Because I know what it does to me. You understand what I mean?
When someone offers me edible, I ask them to smoke it.
So take your time and find where you're at with ganja. You know? Because like I said, the path's been paved, there's so many things you can do. Some oaks, they smoke, do dab, and they like the concentrates and stuff like that. And some guys are old school like us, they just want to spark up a blunt and chill, you know? So I mean, who knows where ganja is going to be in the next 5 years? You understand what I mean? If you see what happened in the last 5 years, I mean, let's just take the last 5 years and the progression. Those are now pulling what 90% THC off a bud. We never thought that would ever be done.
I think if you want to get a nice idea of that, you can look at places where it has been legal for like a longer duration, like Colorado and all that. We had a member from Colorado come visit us at the club, and they showed us some of the photos of the rosin extracts and the flower on the side. It's on another level, but just because they've had so much momentum and how can I say, investment in the cannabis market.
Yes.
So there's definitely a lot of room for improvement, especially if you look at where we've come from since the 2018 Concord ruling and where we're standing now.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of progression in all these clubs and amongst the community.
I think by the end of this year we should have the frameworks for how this thing's going to run out, because they gave us the private law in 2018, now they start to do the commercial law. What was that speech the other day? And hopefully that happens quicker, sooner rather than later. You know?
Yeah, give it time. I mean, everything needs, the pieces need to be ironed out, I think, in terms of, because it is quite a tough issue, the ganja thing in South Africa. I mean, you're going to have the naysayers, you know, like, come on. As free as we are, it's just as conservative as this country is. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So and it comes from all sides. It's not even a racial thing. It's a national thing. It's a human thing.
It's a human thing.
You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, I see another 5 years before we can truly say, right, we can lift up our freedom flags and say, listen, now we can walk down the street with puff and no one's going to tell you nothing. It's
open.
Yeah, you understand what I mean? I mean, that's not just how it is. I mean, even Amsterdam, they didn't just flip the switch and it was like that. It took a while for it to. I mean, even like a vegetable today, there's still people that say, no, man, stop it now.
Yeah. They actually have a very low percentage of the people that smoke.
That actually smoke. I mean, I loved it for a long time.
Yeah.
You know? And I checked it. I mean, half the people that I knew they didn't smoke. Because I mean, that's the thing of, but now this is the other thing again. And a lot of people, if you ask the kids in Amsterdam, so why don't you smoke? And they say, yeah, but my parents did, so they don't find it cool. You see? But that's what openness does. That's what happens when it's open. Because they don't know, man, listen, my mom smoked, why must I do it? That's shit the old people did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? It was the little tourist ladies that came there that actually made it a cool place for you to get stoned. But, you know, the locals watch you fall into the canal. You know what I mean? Like, oh, the tourists, there you go. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like my opinion on the place is, I mean, from the moment we walked in the door, very well structured, very nice.
Warm vibe, you guys made us feel very welcome.
And you came, you got by the door and welcomed us in. It's really nice. And it feels professional. It's not like, you know, the stigma, the stuff. It's like, gosh, no,
look at us. Yeah, I broke the first couch yesterday. Yeah, huge couch and myself and another friend of ours, we just tackled each other here one day. So the stigma's real, but
Yeah, man, and I really do appreciate the fact that you guys are letting us in this space as well.
No problem.
I think that. And when can we expect opening days?
Very soon, I'd say. Very soon, within a month.
Within the next month, it's going to be happening.
Definitely.
Okay,
We're
awesome.
searching touch-ups, paperwork, everything in order, and then
So possibly by the time this video is launched, then this month.
how's it, everybody? Ashley at the Huf Puf Palace. I hope you guys are doing good. Very exciting news. We are now officially open as a members-only club. So we would like to sign you up as a member. Pull in, bring your ID document, and we can sign you up immediately while you wait.
Yeah, wow, that's beautiful. So if you're in the Strand area, please do come and support this place.
thank you.
Would this also fall under Huf Puf Palace?
Yes, we had to start a non-profit organisation as well with the club model, so that is Huf Puf Palace Africa, but it's still linked with Huf Puf
Linked
Palace.
with it.
Yes.
Okay, brilliant.
Can you tell us a little bit about the model you're looking into, or would you not like to disclose that information?
Well, it's still very uncertain for me. We're still looking, the lawyer is looking into everything. But basically, we will be growing for people who does not know how to grow or the space to cultivate their own house. So we will create a space for them and they can come get the products once it is harvested and cured and everything, and they pay their cultivation fees.
So it's once again similar to the Canna Club structure, where there's no selling of cannabis involved, but they reimburse you for the plant management fee or the gardening services. Okay, so you'll just have that set up in your membership base. Okay, that makes sense. We wish you a lot of success and
prosperous future. And amazing, man. Thank you for once again just for letting us do this.
It was like a shot for you guys coming through.
So for this video, we've got a special treat for the viewers as well. We're going to end this video off with one of the Stash Band's music videos, which is Ashley's band right here.
Check us out, eh?
He's also, if I may mention this, he's a bassist for Jack Barrow.
I am indeed.
Yes, that's not to mention the status right there.
So check us out, man. Huf Puf Palace on Facebook, Instagram.
Stash Band.
Ashley Hilton and the Stash Band on Instagram. Go and follow us, like us, tag us. Yeah, we'll be in your area soon. Where the Stash Band is, that's where Huf Puf Palace is.
Yeah.
So if we're playing in your area, there's gonna be soul.
I'll take it.
Sure.
Cheers, brother.
Sitting around, got nothing to do, reminiscing on all these days I've spent with you. Yeah! Place of whales are jumping and the monkeys playing, everybody's hanging around. How do you do? Hey, hey! When the evening comes, you have a joy, you might even find yourself smoking a It's just another day down in PSJ. Just another day down in PSJ. Yeah, Masiame! Now everybody's having fun while we hang under the hot African sun. Hey! We hear the song from the valleys wide, sing hey la la, day and night. When the evening comes, you have a joy, you might even find yourself smoking a Zoll. It's just another day down in PSJ. Just another day down in PSJ. All right, boys, bring it down, bring it down. Now, here's the thing about Port St. John, see? On a Sunday morning, you obviously had a bit too much of this and a little bit too much of this. But you know what's nice about the Xhosa people? They go to church on a Sunday morning. Come hell or high water. Hey, don't worry. We must go, Masiambe. We must go. You know, so now you lay there in your bed. I lived in a tent subsequently for 2 years and 6 months. And a tent, there's no sound barrier in a tent, you know. So now you're laying there, check this, you duck, and you sight, and Sunday morning, and there's a sound that comes over the valleys, you know. Beautiful, beautiful, the melodies of Africa in the Transkei. And it sounds something like this. Hey la la, hey la la, hey la, hey la la la. Let's see if you guys can do it with us. Hey la la, hey la la, hey la, hey la la la. Yeah. I sing hey la la, hey la la, hey la, hey la, la la la. Masiambe, come on! Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the rhythm section to you. On the bass, Mr. Voterenica. On the drums, Mr. Byron Willenberg, ladies and gentlemen. I've known this man for a good 15 years. I'd like to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, Mr. Byron Willenberg. Gentlemen, on the saxophone, your hand for Mr. Heinrich Isaac. Hey la la la. Hey la, hey la la la. Come on with us now. wanna hear you. I sing hey. One more time, one more time. I sing hey. It's just another day down in PSJ. It's just another day down in PSJ.